The world of chords is incredibly vast, with so many chord families, chord shapes, and inversions. It's a tricky territory to navigate because if you want to level up your chord game, you have to know more than just the basic chord shapes. However, unlocking next level chords can be amazingly simple if you know how to do it. And sometimes you don't even have to learn new chord shapes. That's right. All you need is this little secret weapon. The capo can elevate your chords to new heights without the need to learn new chord shapes. I'm using the capo on the 2nd fret, but I'm not pressing on all the strings. I'm actually just pressing on 4 strings. The 6th string, the 5th string, the 4th string, and the 3rd string. And I left the 2nd and 1st string open. So we have 2, 2, 2, 2, 0, and 0. Now this configuration is awesome because it allows you to play all the basic chords you already know, but now they sound on steroids. This is a simple E minor chord shape, but now it sounds richer. In fact, this is an E minor 11 chord with the shape of a basic E minor chord. So using the capo like this gives you the same chord up to the 3rd string. So 6th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd string will have the same chord. However, keeping the 2nd and 1st open string adds potential extensions to the chord. Now there is a mental switch to make in deciding how you want to name these chords. If you want to focus on the chord shape, you will call this an E minor 11 chord. If you want to focus on the actual notes, this is an F sharp minor 11 chord. Of course, it's much easier to call this an E minor 11 chord just because we are all used to playing this chord shape and call it an E minor chord. Now with the capo on fret 2, you can play in many keys, E minor and G major key, absolutely, it sounds awesome and I'll show you many examples. But you can also play in the key of C major. A D major or B minor key. And even D minor. Now in this video we will explore many examples in the key of E minor, but stay until the end of this video because I want to show you how powerful this capo hack can be when applied to other keys. Step number 1, start with the basic chord shapes. So E minor, G major. I like to play this G6 shape. It sounds beautiful and quite dreamy. But also C major shape. See how different it sounds. E minor, G, and C. Now, of course, when we analyze the notes we are playing, then we can figure out the chord family. Now, in this case, remember that all the chords are related to the capo. We have an E minor 11 chord, a G sus2 chord, and a C add 9 chord. So we added all these extensions to the chords without changing the chord shape. You can use the finger picking. Even a regular A minor chord sounds on steroid. What a beautiful chord, right? It tells a beautiful story, I love it. And you can incorporate this chord in a chord progression played in E minor. Now with the second step, we add extensions to the extended chords. And what I mean by that is we can start playing with chords that when played without the capo will be extended chords. For example, an E minor add 9 chord shape, which is going to add even more color to the chords. For the G major, we can add the major 7 on the first string fret number 2, and we can also add the major 7th for the C major. Beautiful and dreamy. Another beautiful chord, an A minor add 9 shape. So heartbreaking. So and of course you can always use the finger picking technique to embellish the chords. Now in the last step, we can use the same chord shape across the neck to play a bunch of chords in the key of E minor. For example, so even a simple power chord sounds powerful thanks to the first and second open string. Now that we have explored a few ideas in the key of E minor, let me show you a bunch of ideas in other keys. You can play in C major or A minor, and even just a simple, 1, 5, 6, 4 chord progression sounds a little bit more colorful when played with this configuration. You just need the basic chord shapes. The first open string adds so much color to the C major. You can also play beautiful chords in the key of D major. And of course, last but not least, the D minor key. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Remember that you don't need a fancy cable to do that. I'm using a regular cable. It's not really supposed to do that, but it works fine. So try with the one you have, and then if you really struggle, then you can try to get a dedicated cable to play around with this type of tunings. Now let me know if you enjoyed this lesson in the comment section down below. I'm gonna leave you to practice these chords, take it step by step, and I'll see you next time.